Hey, what's up YouTube? I'm here to profile the Gren Maju deck I used to get the replace of my locals with. I lost to War Rocks round 1, I beat Scrap Dino round 2, round 3, I beat Amazement, Trap Tricks, and round 4 I beat Phantom Knight. This is essentially Yishan's list, which is very minor modifications due to cards I own and stuff like that and some tech choices. But other than that, it's basically his list, so all credit goes to him for having that list out there. And I think the deck is still great going into the format, for what's left of it anyway. It can definitely still hold its own. Jumping into the list, we're playing the triple Gren Maju, of course, the heart and soul of the deck's name, where you just go Unga Bunga with all your banished cards in your deck. And then triple Eater, it lets you out stuff, it gets you more banishes, and it is sometimes annoying for your opponent to deal with, and the fun thing is it can't get super polyed. Triple Gizmic Orochis, because you can special summon it on your either player's turn from your hand or grave for banish 8, so you're getting more Gren Maju fuel. It also kind of has a nice effect where you can banish 3 cards from your extra deck face down to pop a card, or a monster face up specifically, which is sometimes relevant. It can also be used for your rank 8 plays. We're playing their dangers of triple Thunderbird, 2 Bigfoot. I only own 2 Bigfoots, so that's kind of why it's like that. It's really nice because if you use their discard effects, you can of course pop monsters or back row. You can use them to make your rank 8 plays, and they're also just big beaters, so that's always nice. We're playing triple alphas, also rank 8, lets us do stuff going second, as this deck is a going second deck, so you always just want to start going second, and you can decide to go first if you think your opponent's going to make you go first. And since we're playing going second cards, Prank Tops is one of the best. And for Kaijus, we're playing triple Godarla, triple Gamma Seal for Kaiju Slumber. The wind is for the barrier statue, plus these are all of lates. Triple Luna to bounce back your Kaijus on normal summon deck, then a copy of herself, or potentially out other problem one-ofs your opponents may run. Then spells, triple Kaiju Slumber. Since we're playing the Kaijus, of course we're playing the Slumbers. Card is nuts. Kaijus plus Slumber can break a lot of boards still, which is really cool. Draw cards, triple Desires, banishes 10, gets us Gren Maju instantly to 4k. Can be Ash bait if you want that to be ashed. Triple Trade In, more draw cards, can trigger your dangers and stuff. It's pretty neat. Get sided out if you side into things like D-Shifter. Triple Super Poly because it outs a lot of decks, though some don't get affected by it, but most do. You could always side it out if it doesn't work out. And then 1 Monster Reborn to extend. Moving on to our extra deck, we're playing 1 Nightmare Phoenix, 1 Nightmare Cerberus, and 1 Nightmare Unicorn, just to out potential board things that are problems. Cerberus is the least likely to be used, or it could be another Super Poly target or another Exceed, but it's just there in the interim. We're playing 1 Armalduke to out link boards, Elysium to out invoked boards, Starving Venom to out anything dark, similar to the Dragostapelia to out Dragoon / dark decks. Mud Dragon of the Swamp to out same attribute decks that aren't dark. The Draglubion package, because it helps you swing for 9k and get OTKs and steal games. Xanathon turns off opponents' graveyards, which is very relevant in some matchups. Ding to out cards like Dragoon because it's non-targeting. And Pain Gainer to make our 1 Zeus have an extra material if we need it. Moving on to our side deck, we're playing the Reboot to out back row along with Feather Duster, the triple twin Twisters, and in a way, shape, or form evenly. Evenly is a little debatable since you kind of want to just kill them, but some boards are just really hard to break. So having the easy 1 card out is nice. Same goes for having a double Dark Ruler. Even though, again, you want to be like OTKing your opponent, sometimes it's just really hard to break boards, so you need something like Dark Ruler to out certain boards. As I mentioned, we're also playing the triple D shifter. Since this deck doesn't really care about your graveyard, you can just side out the cards that kind of work with your graveyard, like Trade-In. Since this card just turns off some decks and they just give you a free pass to OTK them. And lastly, 3 TC Boos. This card is nuts. You side it going first or second, depending on the matchup, because even if you go second and you don't OTK them, you can set that to potentially break their board, which is really cool. Or if you broke part of their board, it prevents them from rebuilding their board better. So this card is really nice. And again, you're not playing a lot of the same types, so you can kind of play around TC Boo pretty easily in this deck. Yeah, that's the entire deck profile. If you guys have any other questions, comments, concerns, any other tech choices or anything, I'd love to hear them in the comments down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.